Hi, today I want to talk to you about a manifestation mistake I made as a very, very green mentor or spiritual healer 25 years ago. And with that mistake, I don't think we'll ever make that mistake again. And that was a great learning moment for me and my client. So this was 25 years ago when I was fresh out of the Zen master training in Malaysia, where I'd spent, 6 months training under the master, mindfulness training, meditation training, yoga, qigong, tai chi, a little bit of tai chi, a lot more of qigong, spiritual healing, chakra balancing, energy healing, Reiki, talking to the spirit world. That was a lot of fun. And I had just come to America. So I was really fresh and it was amazing, because at that time, 25 years ago, there were no YouTubes. The law of attraction had not even made its debut. So there was very little understanding of this wisdom arts, right? And then I would be at the beach and people would just gravitate to it, be like spontaneous healing. There would be like deep level conversations. It was amazing. So at that time, I had a client. So this client, let's name him Ron. Ron had almost everything going for him. He was good looking. He had a thriving business. He was spiritual. He was loving, kind, sweet, a wonderful, wonderful person altogether. He had just been divorced from an 8-year marriage. So I think it had been about 3 months or 6 months since then, and he had not been able to attract any women. So he came to me and he said, Adwiti, I just want a love, a romance. I want to have a marriage. I want to have children. I want to, all of that, all of his desires. So I did a major chakra cleaning on him and also cleared his blocks. And we obviously spoke of his desire. So his desire for this beautiful woman, spiritual, emotionally, physically beautiful, all of that. So he wrote all of that and cleared his blocks. We felt really good and he was all set. We went out into the world. And in about 10 days' time, he called me very excited. And his excitement was that, hey, Adwiti, I met this beautiful woman. Yay! That's great. What is she like? What is going on? Tell me more. He was just like, you know, overwhelmed by this woman. Just like she's green eyes, enamored by her. She has green eyes. She's the most beautiful woman I have ever met. She is spiritual. She is kind. She is gentle. She is also a good cook. So, hey, that's fantastic. I was so thrilled. And then he said, but there is like this one problem. So I was like, oh, what is the problem? It's like, well, she is already with someone. I'm like, whoa. And then what happened? He says, well, we hit it off so badly. Like we were a house on fire. So she is with me right now. Like, okay. And he said, we're going to work it out. We are in love, we have so much in common. This is what she's looking for. This is what I'm looking for. We have so much in common. So after a month, though, she went back to her ex-boyfriend or the boyfriend. And Ron started attracting one woman after another. It was like one woman. It was amazing how this attraction level was so high. But there was one even from there was one even from India. And yeah, she was I spoke to all of the women. They were beautiful women. And then but they all had one common denominator, one thing in common, and that was they were all in a relationship or already with someone. And then the last straw, the last straw was when one of the boyfriends threatened him. The good old boys club. And so he was like, oh my gosh. And at that point, I was like, oh my gosh, what did we do? How did we attract this kind of craziness, So then he came back to the session and he's like, oh my gosh, Adwiti, I just don't want this anymore. I want to change this. Let's do something else. So then I deep dived as well. We both deep dived, and we worked for another 3 months. And then we came up with, came up with 3 things that were the mistakes. Okay, so number one was we were not specific enough. So specification is very important to the universe. I mean, he was very attracted to women. He was very attractive altogether. The only thing is he was attractive to all the unavailable women. So we changed that, changed it into available emotionally, mentally, physically, spiritually available women, and everything else that came with it. So that was one. The second thing was to heal your self-worth. So his self-worth was tied to, obviously, subconsciously, tied to the marriage that he had before, as well as, childhood issues. It's always that. So we worked on his self-worth, like really building up who he is, that he doesn't have to earn love. He is love. He doesn't have to earn. He doesn't have to be like, he is deserving no matter what. He doesn't have to work for it, or he is capable of attracting the right partner in his life, the one that fulfills him emotionally, mentally, physically, spiritually, in every way. So his self-worth, we worked on his self-confidence, his self-love, absolutely. So much of that in the solar plexus. We worked on that. And then his energy started shifting, because it was like 3-month period. So his energy started shifting a lot. And there was a lot of like mindfulness, meditation, and things like that I gave him, where he was going inward. And then the third thing was to have a relationship with source energy first. And not that he didn't have, not that we don't have, but we have more of a, sporadic relationship. So we want to have like a constant flow of source energy into our lives, into our world, into our mind, brain, everything. So we worked on connecting with source energy. And that was probably one of the most important things that we did. And until now, he says, that has really, really helped him in every walk of his life. But after that, after the 3 months, he went back and he decided to sell his business. Yeah, he just wanted to be free. So he sold his business and he wanted to travel all of Europe. So he went to Europe, and in that he went to Europe for like 6 months or something. And then he came back with an Italian woman, just beautiful, wonderful, great cook, spiritual, and single. Let's not forget that. Everything that he dreamed of. And 25 years later, he is married. He's got 2 beautiful children, and he is living his life. So this is the story. This is an amazing story. So if you found this funny, made you smile, please share it with your friends. If you feel happy about this, please give it a thumbs up, comment about it. Let me know your thoughts. I really want to know your thoughts. And also subscribe to my channel. There's more of this Zen Master training that I'll bring you, then all of this hypnotherapy training that I did, all of that, right? So there's so much that I can share with you. But do comment. The comments kind of help me. So, I will reply to all of you. If you want to work one-on-one with me, then in the description below, I will have my email address and the website. You can deep dive into alivewithadwiti.com. I am so happy to be here. I'm so happy to be sharing my stories and just being here with you. Namaste.